Now we're going to talk about how to narrow down a topic through searching. This is searching through library databases. Well, the reason we're narrowing a topic is to fine-tune our research so that we don't have to sift through as much of the research, and so that our end product, our essay, will have more in-depth research. So, searching the databases to find material. Now, we're going to do a general search of Academic Search Complete to see how many hits we're going to get, and then we're going to refine that search, that keyword search, through the interface. That is, through the actual screen, which allows options for viewing the subjects and the subtopics of that main topic. Now, if we go to the University at Buffalo main website, UB Libraries, and we click Best Basic Resources, on that column under Journal Articles is Academic Search Complete. These are recommended databases for multidisciplinary searches. I'm going to do a general search on capital punishment. That is a broad topic, but we're going to find out how much material there is on that topic. And we're doing select a field, which is a keyword search, through all the documents, the abstracts, the titles, everything. Now we get 6,296 results. That's probably too many to sift through. Now we can narrow it in various ways by using the interface. We can refine it by full text, scholarly, or by year by pushing this button here. That is one way to do it, but I would recommend we're trying to narrow down the subject, not so much the time frame here. You can also narrow it by academic journals, magazines, newspapers, but we want to look at subjects. What are the main subjects? Now, this offers both subjects in terms of descriptors. That is, if you can see this article on Catholics and capital punishment has the subjects capital punishment, Catholics, distributive justice, Christianity and justice. These are the main descriptors by which the article is indexed. So someone goes through and says, that article is about capital punishment. We got to index it that way. It has history as a subject. History of capital punishment. History is going to be mentioned as a descriptor. So what are the subjects here? Moral and ethical aspects, United States, social aspects, death sentence, and you can do show more to see all of them. You can do subject thesaurus term. The thesaurus is the collection of index terms and main subjects for a topic. So you take capital punishment as the broad topic and you break it down into narrow and related topics. And the subjects in the thesaurus are capital punishment, criminal law, punishment, executions and executioners, sentences, and criminal procedure. So you can see how many different aspects of something there are. And these two are all related, indexing terms in the thesaurus, but it's really just subjects. Just think of it like subjects. Now if we want to click on one of these subjects and get fewer articles, we can do that. I'll click on moral and ethical aspects, and we get 105 results. And this is going to have to do with more with, is it right to have capital punishment or not? So we get articles that take a stance on or against capital punishment. And that would be useful for a persuasive essay. You could also use it for an informative essay if you want to go through the different stances there are in capital punishment. But there you would not be taking a stance. So that is one way to do it, and you can see how fewer results there are. Another way to narrow down subjects is to search the thesaurus. And this is usually located at the top of the screen. It's going to be referred to as either thesaurus or subject browse or something with the word subject. And on EBSCO Academic Search Complete, it is subject terms. And don't confuse the top here. This is your searching Academic Search Complete at the top. This is the compilation of your query. So what you can do is enter subject terms and add them to your query. So if we say capital punishment as the general subject, and we want to push relevancy ranked so that you don't have to rely on the word having to be the first thing mentioned in the term. So if the subject term is ethics of capital punishment, it won't show up when you push term begins with capital punishment, but it will with relevancy ranked. So let's do it by relevancy ranked. So we get a list of subject terms by under which that broad term is categorized. Capital punishment, discrimination in capital punishment in motion pictures. Can you imagine how fewer results there would be for that? So if you want to enter these in your query, all you have to do is check them. I'm going to check discrimination in capital punishment and criminal law. And you can add these with an and or not. And is the most conventional one, and it's the one that says my results have to have both of these terms in them. Or is going to be for a broader selection. It can be either punishment or criminal law. It doesn't matter which. I want both of those terms in the document. So either one, if a document just has punishment or if a document just has criminal law, they'll both come up. But we're going to do add by and. This is the same thing as using an advanced search engine and doing it yourself. So we have both discrimination in capital punishment and descriptor, which is the same thing as subject, the subject punishment, and the subject criminal law. We might not get anything with all three of these, but let's just try. We get 3 results. So these are ways to fine-tune and explore to see what the basic search area of capital punishment is. What makes up that very broad term. Another way to do this in a more visual way so you can actually see the interrelationships of all these things is with the visual search. You might have to search your database for this, but it's usually called visual search or map or something like that. And some of them are sort of like word clouds where you can see in circles all over the screen the map of what that is. The map of your topic area, so you can see capital punishment, giant circle, branches off into discrimination. It's sort of like in high school when you did spider webs or clustering. Now we're going to do a search on the visual search on EBSCO with the terms capital punishment. Now this does not do the spider web or the clustering thing. All it does is show you how one subject is related to another through little boxes. Almost like filing cabinets. Now I'll show you in just a minute. It's just downloading here. It's under punishment. Punishment is the broad topic. Punishment, capital punishment. Push on capital punishment. Moral and ethical aspects. Push on that, and you see by region, United States, social aspects of moral, discrimination in capital punishment, feminist theory, and those are all related to moral and ethical aspects of capital punishment. One thing you can do through this sort of search and through a thesaurus search is look for case studies. Sometimes there's an actual category called cases. But you know this way how many, you know that capital punishment is the broader one, moral and ethical aspects of is the narrower one, so it has fewer returns, fewer hits. So these are some ways that you can figure out how to narrow down your topic. So first of all, do a keyword search, see how many hits there are. If you have like 1,000, you know you're way too broad. Then check out the interface for subjects that are related to it and for the thesaurus. And then view the visual search to see how one thing is related to another.